Shall I mean that one say that checking your time is 42 minutes after 7. But your baby that was once again for your time with that number will message you singing no ever 0550596929. I mean faster than me and my Bayport savings and loans I don't pay na Bayport Adaroma. I don't pay pacho one more boy ye papa. Bayport is Minka was and they will keep 5,000 Ghana cedis and above. One more Jessica on a pay investment. I bet to me Abu Abusika, I will more home at the morning in that one more to me at the washing. Yes, so what is a Bayport today? One more number one, the whole day. Ghana hanging on a banner fixed deposit. The Whooper Bank and pie, dim walk with the party. And your Bayport savings and loans. I don't pay the wood here, we a businessman, businesswoman. But your Buddha dinner with you. We a driver union, more for me cooperative. But your Nina. Tobuanka crack mortgage in Bayports are no pay for Nina and a bra. Besha now Mufanye Jumana Fee and Fasobe Brenano Emra was sick and so Emma. We are individual, but you will be to me. I yemi. Now the Uhian is a Ghana card and Fahose what the Bayport for a year Jumabo, so your account holder with Bayport savings and loans of what you will buy. One more bedje was so that one will be account to be at the amount. Fixed deposit to Bayport to the other and a woman when you know at Tenase. I feel one more to me and negotiate with the level of interest as I say about Sikana so and but to make profit on your principal and pay for home money Nabura Bayport savings and loans branch BMO across the country. That when you want more any and come bank cry I'll be Kokukumlemle ATTC school in Chaipe. The Hona will be home Bayport savings and loans. I'll pay for one more 0245 153283 0245 and after 0263 007 now when the Bayport savings and loans ending command of pay but your one more bedje was so Bayport the whole day. Now, not scientific about clinic and research center for Adaroma, but your one more ultra modern equipment and the advanced cancer who do a padia. One more a year at the amount laboratory services who do a hearing in an pay. Not scientific and research clinic for Adaroma, but your one more bedding in an and the amount. The kind of electrocardiogram. ECG scans a hodwa ye de fa wakoma ho ehwe challenges a aba ewo wakoma no ehwo afi wo mo timi e de aduro e de hyehyɛ ni nyina e de ama afi ba no ultra modern laboratory scans a hodwa esese wo ye ni nyina no a bacho ha na mfidi papa ni nyina no ewo aye ma e full body scan a ebetumi aboa eyi de hinta nyina wo ni padua mu no e de apie na etimi aboa wo ye pa ultra scans a hodwa ni nyina no but your next scientific for Adaroma, what we in no a warm was shaking. After what per se we physiotherapy, one more a war equipment to hold a war horror. But your woba, one more a bemu you so a beboa yepa. And they area babeswe with you. And but you do what to near so. And as a social condition, I will pursue a deal to near this one. Your dietitians are one more provide the exceptional services at the mouth. Pay bra not scientific for I swear yet not when you made him come on but you how you know to be tracking and say the modernized equipment and I detected challenges in we are here no draw at the account I feel would tell me who bone related diseases but you'll be a hodoma when you fracture hodoma ya na okase mo we and our challenges be about okase mo biano pay one not scientific about for Indian common one about heart related diseases one more number one specialized at your clinic in Ghana and pay you two and a more call one more ebeboa so STI is an ajoni pediano about and pay more now in the next scientific and research clinic for any and common now one more bedje was suye papa about the detoxification physiotherapy cancer holding in an one more AMB and a person would see any oban cry ha one more crabata no AMB no Yedikai I was Spinters Road no so Rainbow IT Electronics Building in China and if you would do Typhoon so one more Fairview Guest House and Chepe one more adjacent and pay one more any income say oh kuma send them patch Jobe Honda scientific about for a war a hima kokobi not when you want more any and come one pay 0244-120-267-269 0244-120-269 now when a next scientific herbal and research clinic for Indian command pay now when we are not paying young court office of the special prosecutor himself etimi ene nsɛmtwerɛ for edi enkomo na akwakofa nsɛmbebre na no edi abama mene lawyer labi eni enkomo anopai na mene no enkasa ewo we ho lawyer Isaac Mintalabi a private legal practitioner na anopai mene no eni enkomo council patrol to make a good morning and pom to say
good morning o nyame adome ho na moswe
erade adom wo de enso yenkwa ache ya anopai Yedika here does say wajiya so and first of all Andra the special prosecutor himself at say a press conference and Ghana for Edin Komo raising concerns on issues one more egosua one more investigation Eddie Efri na ho now the Yedika say we declare say Urakeno Furiata former finance minister a fugitive what the Nehua Kangra and they one more penman abeyi nsɛm wamu enhu baby a wafa enkomoi mame entio ewo
yo yechia atiepo me gidi say special prosecutor ewo ho kwan say oba be say de na say wo he nense mo be kan ya wa person anka obenya former finance minister Kenoporiata na anko baba ono anka se baba na o matoto na no apense kakra bia fini ho. But I'm say the Dicano or don't know my lawyers in the show letter at the coin. Now, so I let the Dican at the coin. No much less say, be no more here, all more lawyers in the bit me a year. But the woman say, when you ask me to me for a lawyer, dear. And so, and yellow and the bitch not that I can ask Mamma. Oh, no, bitch not that no can ask. Into a bad investigation now. You hear one castle the court, name on lawyer bitch me no wako. Send a bear, questions do or not, beside. Or no bit me aboa, motimi a yano, go a bit me aboa. Okay, can say you have the right to a lawyer. It doesn't mean a lawyer by pushing a decam, a waka was mamma, or an abeca. The lawyer beboa, I'm waiting me a can was. In Tina, senior, or more lawyers, a true the command, special prosecutor said, Mobit me a be in some no dear man, dear, Giddy said no, Nequano. In Tina, always be all who can so very rejected, no demand the over. Because I would say, Uniho. Our medical attention into say obi na emra mbi as man no ma me nyi say no sa na ekoyi sa inti na say o ho kwan so bobogu no wan sisi so beba inti no achi ansa na fe om sa de nkata ba say medical condition no the man next ho kakra o mo ntimi anya specific as to when obitimi aba but the ban investigation see na say wa committee crime it's not like say obitimi atina baby na over dictated the peace. Now the investigative institution no moon no eto can our be dictated when you can make yourself available and all of that and no any jumasa. When you create that kind of impression, you push the investigative authority to begin to use the enormous powers they have against you because the law endows them with a lot of power to be able to ensure a ban investigation on crimes committed against the state or even any individual. They can proceed to do proper investigations, and where there's enough evidence, they can proceed, to charge you for court. I believe, based on the documents I have seen so far, maybe it's an issue of proper communication or being able to convince the special prosecutor, sir, you genuinely are out there on medical concerns, and not because you want to, abscond from the country with the intention of not returning to answer the charges, that may be suspected against you. So, almost to me, any special prosecutor me, Yankita, almost to Momu, Yantias, yes, genuinely, no. So medical condition binti na won't be my I think say be special prosecutors with me in Jide kakra ya mama kakra. But say, over try to dictate the pace for the investigative institution there. When you do that, you set them off to trigger their powers against you, and that may not be your best interest.
But many are of the opinion. Say, I mean, the office of the special prosecutor, the lawyers say, it is just to win political points. I mean, even though on your political person, but just to tell the government say at least Juma. Now people also question the fact to say na unim sesa nyina wo honoma ye to abawie ye dada besi ene. Why hasn't steps been taken in ensuring say sa nkomodie nyina no ebetimi akoso? Because the presumption is say Kenuforiata has been in the country before his travel.
Well, with respect to the earlier part, which is to say, sir, is not a politician, but he's doing this, to probably attract some attention to himself and all of that in India. I really cannot speak to that because there's nothing in the man's face that can determine what is in the mind.
Okay.
The OSP is an office set up by our own taxpayers' money. He has a duty to perform. And so, I see it as early days yet. We can give him the benefit of the doubt. Now, let's see how things go. Because if at the end of the day, nothing really comes out of it, then we will have cause to, say some of the things that we are saying. But for now, at least we can give him the benefit of the doubt. There are some discretion under his belly to be able to use and to be able to decide as to when to come out and all of that. And so let's not read anything into it right now. If I'm giving the opportunity to express my view on that, and then let's give you some time and let's see how things go. Because just like my brother, the first deputy speaker of Parliament said, you give a man a very long rope and you end up, hanging himself. And so let's give the special prosecutor some rope, and let's see how far he goes with the rope that is given to him.
But what's here the details of the press conference? Any major issues or boss or issues associated with SML deal, plus a year ambulance EDA, any a year national cathedral? I mean, are these substantial issues about in the public domain for debate on several occasions? Oshe ambulance ya eyura samolo kuje to ablakwa ane kofa issues nyina no edebai substantially office of the special prosecutor no ensheda nka ho hwe besi se endra oye press conference the GDA no ne trust na Ghana for ewo no to see to the end of all these issues. I mean, how do we trust the office of the special prosecutor to deliver this time round?
Like I said, I doubt if Wamba out with the press conference, Anka Imubi Hokra, Anka Ibehu Sebia, he's even investigating them. So what you say, investigations, about openly, all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It be a whole more undercover kakra, behind the scenes kakra. Now collecting information. You may even be interview people when they are not even aware, say you are doing actually investigating anything. And you pick a lot of information on the ground, so you put them together, you connect the dots. Then you probably get a fair idea of how you want to proceed. And yes, I can understand some of these things have been in the public domain for a while, and we could have done far better. Well, it's better late than never. So you say no number out. So now who say he's working on it. And you see who say he's doing investigation on all these areas. Let us see how far he goes and how he ends it. Because like you said, these are matters of heavy public interest, and we all want to see how it turns out at the end of the day.
Very well. But Council, before I let you go, I mean, Andra, the Attorney General so ama reasons for discontinuing a lot of cases by Wafile and Nolly Prosequa, indicating said there are some of the cases na a work court substantially evidence one table so no enya dia ebetimi aboa no mana to akoso a prosecute. Now he also brings in some of the issues that has to do with the personal conduct of the former Attorney General Ura Godfred Yeboah Dame. Concerns he any reasons he justifiable enough to indicate a discontinuation of an ongoing case a work court now?
Knowledge protocol, a common law right, a common law, prerogative that is that is reserved for the state and for that matter the Attorney General. One who can submit me exercise at any time. Now the mayor also say sorry. So who exercises that right now? Even the court obeko akofale sa knowledge protocol and the judge of the case in so any who can submit say I didn't know yes sir. It's not like it is something that you can just get up and say you want to do it, but it's a right that you have, and if you want to use it, the law allows you to use it. It has been used. I think the Honorable Attorney General Dominic Ayini has because memono or every no say me church maname church the intimation and the law allows him to do that. But he has actually come out to explain to us why he has done it. And that, I think, is a good thing. So that those who don't seem to understand will have a fair idea of why he did it.
Okay.
But going to the substance of those cases, me and I case in the you could tell, say, a lot of those cases in terms of how to be able to get even a conviction would have been difficult because the evidence were not sufficient enough to be able to obtain a conviction against any of the accused persons, because a lot of us were following. And even if you memos internally, the aegis officer advises the prosecution should be terminated because sufficient evidence is available. And so that alone should buttress and to lend credence to the fact that even those of us who are not privy to the full details, our appreciation of the facts and our view, say, there was sufficient evidence, there was some, credibility to it. And I think it's the right thing he has done. Prosecution, if you don't do it properly, it turns out to become a persecution. If you don't have evidence or sufficient evidence, because the law, always creates a threshold which you must meet before you move to the next level. If you are unable to meet the threshold, it's not even about whether the person has committed the offense or not, because we are guided by principles of law. One of which is that it is better to set free 1,000 criminals than to jail one innocent person. If you have a proper understanding of this simple principle, so we need enough evidence. Let the person go. Don't go and waste everybody's time. And where you don't have enough evidence, the likelihood of you going to jail an innocent person is very high. And so then that also destabilizes society, because when people don't have trust and confidence in the judicial system and the legal process in the country now, it creates a lot of imbalance. It allows people to go ahead and do their own things. Into that principle, as you see it, it really has a lot entailed in it. And where you always, that's why it also comes with the principles of fairness when it comes to litigation. And so, who need sufficient evidence, don't go to court until you gather the evidence. This same principle even applies to even arrest and detention. And to other countries are more advanced to the level where before even a police officer can obtain a bench warrant for the arrest of a suspect or somebody, you have to swear to an affidavit, because a statement that has been made on oath. And if it turns out that the other on oath, then another crime can now be proffered against you, even as a police officer, on perjury. And litigation is not something you just get up and just charge people. You must do that, so we have a whole investigatory department. Your duty is to ensure you go out there and collect evidence if they are in. You don't go and manufacture evidence, and you don't go and get people trying to coerce them, to be able to go and fabricate evidence. And no. All those things are not allowed. And so Abano says it, even to the extent that there are memos within the AG's office. They indicate there is no sufficient evidence to support a charge. Case now he has exercised that prerogative that he has as an officer of the state, as an AG. He has entered it. He has no duty to come and explain why he did it. Even the judge sitting on the case cannot even ask him why. But he has done us a lot of favor to come out and explain things to us. He has done a great job, and I thank you for that.
That is to you, legalists, knowing the very technical terms. But I mean, Ghanaians entirely, people are talking about the fact is this is a government, more person more fighting corruption, with the driving or the operation of a year, the oral. Now there are so many reports, team now submitted. Ediama president, Ediama AG. I mean, how do you come back to prosecute some other issues? Bewo oral report in him whilst what discontinue others at the very early stages of the government. How about that? How do you respond to people who have such assertions?
No, prosecutor does not stop the states from coming back to charge you.
Okay.
It doesn't. And you see, at the point where you take the decision to charge, it should be at the point where you've already gathered sufficient evidence that, in your considered opinion, you can prosecute and be able to secure a conviction. That is when you take a decision to go ahead and charge. You don't go ahead and charge and now go to look for evidence to come and support the charge. That is wrong. Okay. And if at the time of charging the person you don't have the evidence, it means the charge now will prefer against the person and wrong and improper and unfair and illegal. These are the legal procedures. And if oral now through the oral process, it means additional evidence which may be at the time the charges were being preferred, we didn't have. Well, luckily it has been discontinued. So it gives us the chance to go back. And then now that we have additional evidence, which combined, put together, gives us sufficient evidence, we can lead to, a possible conviction. Then, of course, like I said, no prosecutor who enter, it doesn't stop the state from coming back to charge you.
Okay.
So you can proceed to do a fresh charges and then proceed with the case afresh.
Very well. Counsel, I don't pay my now. I say I'm highly grateful for your insight.
You're welcome.
Very well. And that is a year. Lawyer Binta Labi speaking to us, private legal practitioner on the issues of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, Anna Afe, the Attorney General, so Endra justification with the buy. But ma yentie the Attorney General, Dr. Dominica Yene, Endra explaining the issues to us. Ma yentie no Emra.
Lightly. I wish to make it abundantly clear that I did not take these decisions lightly. As I indicated above, I consulted widely and reviewed the files diligently before coming to a decision on each of the cases. You would note that in some cases, such as the Snake case and the banking cases, I withdrew the charges against some of the accused persons, while others are still under consideration. I am keenly aware of the need to balance the public interest, in this case, against the interests and rights of the accused persons. Also, as Attorney General, I take absolute responsibility for all the decisions so far taken. I am not under any instructions or pressure to discontinue any case or to bring charges against anyone. Those who are in a haste to tag His Excellency the President of the Republic as a clearing agent should hasten slowly, because he is not responsible for prosecutions and has not directed me to drop any case. Moreover, with the exception of one charge of bribery in the Opuni matter, in respect of which, no evidence was laid, none of the persons affected by my decision so far has looted state resources. I wish to make it
and abundant. That is the Attorney General, Dr. Dominica Yene speaking, and the justification about the reasons in tier cases in the Bebe Honoma, what discontinue. There are some of them was say evidence beyond any Honoma, ebetimi abua ma prosecution no etimi akoso. But just after that, before one on a press conference, now the Office of the Special Prosecutor and so etimi edi enkomo ene Ghana fo nyina no akasa ma yenti owura kisi ejaben na yembra.
Transmitted through his, in any case, the purported medical letter transmitted through his lawyers to the OSP did not state so or demonstrate so. The OSP is unconvinced that the purported medical letter transmitted by Mr. Oforiatta through his lawyers to the OSP represents a medical report to the effect that Mr. Oforiatta is incapacitated or is so sickly and invalid to the extent that he is physically unable to return to the jurisdiction without imperiling his life. No serious law enforcement agency, and certainly not the OSP, will be convinced that the purported medical letter stops it from demanding the physical appearance of Mr. Ofori-Atta before it in the described circumstances. We are of the firm conviction here that this is only a ruse employed by Mr. Ofori-Atta in aid of his intention to avoid returning to the jurisdiction and to personally answer questions in respect of the investigations. We are convinced that the real intention of Mr. Ofori-Atta is what was communicated to the OSP in the very first letter transmitted by his lawyers on 31 January 2025. That is, he has left the jurisdiction indefinitely. That was what was communicated to us at the first instance, and that is his intention. He has no intention of willingly returning to the jurisdiction. That much is clear to us. Consequently, ladies and gentlemen of the media, the OSP declares Kenneth Nanaya Ofori-Atta a wanted person. He is a fugitive from justice. The OSP will take all necessary legal steps to secure his return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP. And this is to Mr. Ofori-Atta. You have two choices. You can either return to the jurisdiction voluntarily, or the OSP will enforce your return. Third, the OSP has also commenced investigation into suspected corruption and corruption-related offenses in respect of an alleged embezzlement of 1.3 billion cedis from the Unified Petroleum Pricing Fund, UPPF, at the National Petroleum Authority, NPA. The investigation primarily targets the following persons: the coordinator of the UPPF, Mr. Jacob Amwa, NPA staff Frida Tando, NPA staff Wendy Ashon Newman, and the former chief executive of NPA, Mustafa Abdul Hamid.
And that is the special prosecutor, Orakisi Ejaben, Andra, speaking to press. Now, the explanations the correspondence are between the lawyers of Oraki and Ofori-Atta, and then the very officer will not occupy anana watcheche mo se letters ahodo opina no aba the kind letters lawyers no etro by say Orakisi Ejaben ora Ken Ofori-Atta ehon emfa no rather no were two kwan say oko akwakosa ne ho yare ne ade ne nyina no to him the office of the special prosecutor no onye convinced about such indications because one first letter one di kan e de buy no and say ye Ken Ofori-Atta yare but rather no indicate say obi a watu kwan a wonim da kro besan so aba na chi enti the excuse of afraid the yare a okosan ho yare no is neither here nor there, but were two major issues to deal with. Some of the issues no SML contractor one more assigning about GRA, the petroleum downstream and upstream Sikai free hoba and they said they be on bit me assure up the contract Emma SML said well no na on Jessica and say revenue generation no baby a buy expecting in no a team draw since our contract no there is a lot of concerns about it and they as I say Oraki and Ofori-Atta in Sembebre no ano ebano a year ambulances ye kokra ye at the buy would him say President Akufo-Addo time no or the one district one ambulance buy the servicing of those ambulances contractor one more award a private company and also honsem plus issues bebra a national cathedral no any sika or Ken Ofori-Atta these are concerns about the issues. I mean, a lot of answers are required from him because we know that sikani bebre honoma ututi any idea. And Ken Ofori-Atta options no mienu say either say we no ankasa eden ho beba na afensem bisa hodwa special prosecutor no will be a wetimi ebisa na wono so dia no ye na ba ananso say wa madia na emra kwan so no office of the special prosecutor no facha me ebe force no ama watimi aba eno any enkomo a endra OSP no etimi edi transpired na eno echi no yabeba parliament na yahwe endra the cause so ewo parliament because issues ye kan ho asem ye nyina no minority no raise concerns ewo Emrashe bedwam say ene no it looks as if say ora kind of reactor no kra no before say ene OSP bekasa no kra na asrafo ene nkrofobia womo enhyeda enim womo abo awura ne fie akwakoye search ne ade ewo ho for that reason no womo ho ne say enye kwan papa so ana womo nama womo yes ade no ma yenko parliament na yenhwe ne yentie de endra ekoso ewo ho.
Mr. Speaker, with respect. Mr. Speaker, with respect. Let the records reflect that this side of the House brought this matter up, questioning the mode of the action taken by state security operatives. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, the argument being made by my colleague is to the effect that the man has committed some crimes and we are defending. Mr. Speaker, let it be known by him. Let it be known by him that as he is now in this chamber, he is aspiring into public office. He is seriously lobbying to be made a deputy minister. Mr. Speaker, he has not even been recognized. It is some of these unguarded statements. That is why he has not been recognized. Mr. Speaker, we are talking about the mode of the raid, the arrest. We are not saying that if the state has evidence against Ken Ofori-Atta, you shouldn't try him. Mr. Speaker, if indeed there is an issue against him, the state can try him. Then he can have access to his lawyers.
Leader.
But you cannot accuse him that the man is guilty.
Leader, I'll come to you. Because you have your time so that you can address all these things, please.
Mr. Speaker, he has to withdraw that part of the submission.
Leader, which part?
These are my views.
Go on.
Yeah, they are my views. The minority leader doesn't tell me what to say in this house. He doesn't dictate to me what I say in this house. And I'm saying that when, as a government, you decided to violate the Public Financial Management Act with impunity, this day was coming, and it has arrived. The Public Financial Management Act is very clear. The Public Financial Management Act is very clear that you cannot commit this state to a multi-year contract without the Minister for Finance, himself issuing a commencement certificate. And yet after he issued a commencement certificate, he was still drawing on contingency fund as if he didn't know about the project. And he thought that you could do that as long as you want. But the subject is that the OSP has spelled out the reasons why he's looking for him. And I'm discussing what the OSP is calling him for. That when he decided to engage in multi-year transactions and refused the approval of Parliament, knowing very well the implications in the Public Financial Management Act, he knew that he would answer for it one day. And that you are now asking us to do what? Not to discuss a fugitive. We shouldn't discuss a fugitive. Is that what you're asking? Or to clean him up even though he's a fugitive? So when you came here, you knew that the product you were selling, you could not sell it. And we warned you. We warned you and you did. You can warn me as long as you want. But the important thing is that the OSP has stated.
Thank you.
The OSP has stated that you didn't send anybody.
Thank you, Honorable Adongo.
Why are you running away? Why are you running away?
And those are submissions by the minority leader and then the Honorable Adongo on the majority side, and expressing concerns about a choir. This whole issue about the Office of the Special Prosecutor and I feel Ken Ofori-Atta SC Akono. I mean, major of the issues has to do with the fact that minority and you're so much happy about the development. But Later this afternoon, the New Patriotic Party at the party's headquarters will organize a press conference, and I presume it on the same matters and issues OSP no ede aba betudra. It's 17 after 8. I Kessben. I feel no join here. Thanks so much for your time. Your numbers no is 0550 929 0550 929 and no any numbers are yeah Juma obetimi a join here live on Facebook na what the wadwen channel ede aba mamen koye Juma emra na many imbustable mr any enkomo emra ye ba abedwafo no ebetenase na ye nkomodie no efrase tweme ye ni nkomo emra mame emma wo mo achi na mema wo mo akwaba acho imbustidie ibusi immune system no na eboa epeja ohonama kwa no ama wo mo etimi ekotia yare bia ene imboso ba ye yare a ehye wo so a na aka wato ho no ni nyina no etuo etwa obapa ma che te say
Nyankopon adom Mr. Speaker.
We are fine.
Crystal adom bibia fine.
Imbos for ho ye.
Nyame adom ye nyina ye ho ye boosti nti nyame adom. Ye ni pedua ne wo so nyare wo nyina egu.
I see. Ekoyie
pa. Mati uni problem kwa mamu nti na mede aba.
Ma ye ni nkomo na minti on free imbos ta so ye.
Yo Mr. Speaker me da se na ya tena se say de ye na Nyankopon asibiem se wo de ache ye na afenso atiefo nyina no ye mama kwa ababiem abadwumadi kasie so any free sharp help said the matter that na sharp help say na ye imbustable Mr. Yesanomani say police ni no edro no ebi ene simanimu say na tie na wunya bi no mo a enye package no na efe keke na emom no edro na nkasa so eye adwuma yie pa che say ewura ni padua ni ma say de me brother ka kire wo no wo si e boost immune system no na abo ni padua na ma na tumi akon adinyare waso nkunim sa na tie pepepe asem ni ye tiawa ni padua wo ni immune system wo ni padua ni no se no wa ahoden a ye ni padua na nkasa timi kon adinyare wo nyina so nkunim eti na iwu tie me na se yare bi chetew yare bi haw yare ota yare pa na che se nkwam wo ni padua ni no na ahoden no ekofom na eniema bebre so na nipa ye ya ema ye nkwam ano ahoden kofom ti na watwi yasema ye kanyina ne se immune system de na ahoden enyina eye imbustable Mr. enti imbustable Mr. as your immune shield eno ene no eka ho asem se wo di imbustable Mr. ya obambofo ama immune system na nasa nkwam ano enti nkwam a wo nipadua nim so opese wo bo ho ban a na wo se wo di imbustable Mr. ema nipadua no ya number say didi juma 0246 20 84 96 0246 20 84 96 and 0540 71 01 13 0540 71 01 13 medofo na meka bibi se enioma bebre na nipa ye ya etimi ma ye immune system no na hoɔden ekɔfom yembre ni so a nanso so yebɛbobɔ kakra so ne akire o senti a ɛwɔ sɛ wodi imbustable Mr. Mani padua no na nkwamwa no enya hoɔden ewiase anasa asase so ɛwɔ ye wɔ lifestyle enioma bebre factors bebre a ɛma immune system na hoɔden no kɔfom ebi eye yedidie poor diet na kyerɛ sɛ wadidie na nkasa wonhyɛ da enidi yie anasa onuane na wudi no wonhyɛ da enya balanced diet nutritions na ɛwɔ mu no ɛwɔ fom kyerɛ enuane nuro na ɛwɔ waduane a wudi mu no sɛ wɔ fom wo sugar nuane a wudi no ɛdɔɔso a ɛkyɛn sɛ de wudi vegetables ni we na ebetimi ama wo how aba nkwam a yɛka ho asɛm yi ɛso ebi ana wadwuma a woyɛ wonya kwan tinetine wo mpom adwuma no wo sɔre kwa anopa na wo te hɔ no ma wo te AC asesa wontim wo bibia somane akɔfa ɛde abrɛw wo soso a wo sɔre no wo anya exercise bia ɛno wakɔtena asesa wo ba fie no abedidi no wada ɛno a na wo so a wo yɛ mepa kyɛ wo anhwe a ebetimi ama nkwam ano na hoɔden akɔfom nanso ne nyina mu no imbustable Mr. yi wɔ hɔ sɛ epeja nkwam ano hoɔden etie bia wo tie mi na wo yɛ obi a wo ntantene tini wo mpom yie wadidie no enhyɛ da ntwa yie papa ɛma imbustable Mr. yɛka ho asɛm ɛma ne mpa wo ho da wo yɛ obi a onom nsaden obi ohonom a once a while bi no anom bi betie obi no mo ho omode ayo omunso omonom me pacho imbustable mister yi ebe boost immune system no na nsaden a wanom ama nkwamo no ewuo no etumi apagya na ho odin ne ebiemu afen so ye wo nipa bebra omo stress o monye se nipa bebre mpo eya akoye se wiase nipa nyina ye stress ye ho esan se wiase kɔ nanim eti ahokyere no kwa na ekoso obia pese wo hwe na busua obia pese onya ba bi di ne tituo eti adwuma ne akeka aboso bebre ye nya kwan po na me free station bi na eba me nua ba ma me ne kasa o se me da 12 no ma sorry 3 me pa cho wote sa onkwamo ano na ho odi ne ebe kɔfom so nipadua no entimi enku nti anyarewa enti wo pon anom imbustable mystery na fa yi stress free nipadua nim na wo da obi oso kra de onya bre so obeda na nso so ontumi na kra insomnia ye kanfo imbustable mystery edi amam afa environmental factors so a etimi kofa how de bre nipadua eye ye mfra ma ye say no ye de chemicals say ye nsuo e na afa so weather changes ni nyina etimi kofa how e de bre immune system no Nansi ebe ha code ti atese a enkure nya mpanimfo onya saa na tie eka ye ho e na afeso ye chemicals a ye de ye niema sesei ensu a ye de chemicals ese no wonum bi ko nipadua ni ma ebetimi aha immune system no eno nti ne ye kanfo imbustable mister e de ama wo se enioma a ye bobosu eye dan a etoda kran from aboni nya wa na wo pese obehua wonam kroma obi ka enwusie free to a eba no wontimi nya wo ho hwe ebi be ko mu nom imbustable herbal mister na fa ani omani nyina free nipadua nimu thousands era nipadua nimu nyina afa free mum afa ye wo nyarewa bebre medical conditions a eno so etimi kofa how bre immune system no nyarewa bebre ne era nipadua nimu kofa how edibre immune system ne o yare bi ti say HIV virus ono kwa de oba se de nanisi ye den no oba so obewiki immune system no eno nti wo beti a ye so obi nya AIDS a ye se ne nipadua no etimi nkunti anyarewa eti yare bia ba nipadua no so anaka adentia HIV virus no abese immune system no wa wiki no ye kanfo imbustable Mr. Diama woni etuye nuanom mo HIV virus ni bi se wo da dro sumpa wo de fa imbust no ka ho na fa boost immune system na sense we natural side effect bia enim ebeboa papa ebia yare krankro so na aba diabetes cancer ni nyina wo nipadua nim kidney no ohawa ba ho liver no ohawa ba ho a doctor ama wadro de na so wan hwe ebetima wiki immune system no eti wasa wo di imbustable Mr. no epeja nkwamo na ho odin biem na atumi ako edisa anyarewa ne so nkunim afi ade ba akoso ne se nipa bebre no munro bia obi okra won kan ho side effect ho no onhwe nipa bebre na anu munura etimi ewiki omu immune system ofa aduro bia ye antibiotica wonum ni bebra me pacho ebetimi wiki immune system no enu nti na so okoto antibiotic na se unkra doctor's prescription a pharmacy for mo nton ma me dofo a wutie me se aye week anonti kakra bia na wo yare kakra bia na yare abani padua nim nom imbustable Mr. Police ni na dro no na emwa wo pa afa nipa bia wu nyina ya na wapomden no ente se obi a ya wo ne foforo ana obi oye babu no no nti no me papa no ma mutie me ye kanfo imbustable Mr. Diama wo se ebra wanya mfie aduosia num ana 70 years a wo de kɔ wanimu yi wonom imbustable Mr. na ebepeja nkwamo na ho oden ama na nya ho oden soronko na nipa dua no etumi edi nyarewa ebe nipadua nim ene de aba no edi enesunkonim imbusta ye ka ho asem yi no eboa ma moja so di afurusane yie boost immune system no ekra phytochemical compounds bebre eboa ma moja di afurusane yie na ebo ho ban free nyarewa bebre ho bacteria virus infections omura nipadua ma omokofa nyarewa ede breye etimedofo awutie me adanse so ewo imbustable Mr. Hunti no ene ye kanfo dia ma wo se wonso wonum bia nyame ya dom na yare bi a cheche wono watumi edisun kunim na afi wasan so abo ho ban afri nyarewa ho Ekus Pharmacy ewa Shaman Widama Pharmacy so wa Shaman hwa temano na boache wo ho okanshi drug na herbal shops akase ne nketo nyina ebi ewo mu afi Ghana hafa na babia pharmacy nketo ne akase herbal shops akase ne nketo nyina obehu imbustable Mr. ewo honom onsaka bi na wo nom a kapo keto na ehye so no benum 2 anopa bra woni diye ewia benum 2 anwumra akoda no no anum tu ebeyi stress afri ni padua ni mu na abo ho ban afri nyarewa ho afi ye number say didi juma obetumi afre ye 0246 20 84 96 and 0540 71 13 but of me do see anaka hu say imboostable mixture dey ya pomde mapa ena pomde mapa so imboostable mixture and am say police ni na ye nti ye ka imboostable mixture wo gi enso say opposite ni na dro no yadamasi.
This is 92.9. 92.9 This is 92.9 the more variety. Perfect. 92.9. 92.9 the radio station that other radio stations listen to.
We are from Portsmouth, Canopy. Good morning,
Mr. Speaker. Mini Abema Speaker. The only Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Yeah, Mini Abema Speaker.
Speaker.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Alright, for watching Anope.
Mr. Speaker.
Alright, for
Bijin Super.
Anope, you've cut the eye of the speaker.
It was it. But the Mukana OBSU. Then I'm what you had.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker. Eba Netieno Ubensha.
Yenewo Achuche. The Andra Echo so press conferences we know. So major ones, the Attorney General and the Special Prosecutor himself and hon komo ewo honoma yenewo eba ababedi na say ye kase ebano the Independence Day celebrations are ye national parade. President Akufo-Addo ba across the country na idea Osesa region no afibia o movie kwaha no movie edia kwaha. People said it was a good thing it was yetimi emulated. But as we speak, Andra, the minister in charge of government communications, Felix Kwachiofosu, etimi ede abain the trimopo ene ni nsusu yenyina no ede ababetodwa. Henceforth, ekwanya yebefa so a yebedi yen independence anniversary no and share wo especially in the upcoming one, 6th of March, the no wamudi nyina no ede aba adope yebede ho enkomo. Na electoral commissions Ashanti region and Northeast Council of State abatwa entimi Ashanti region there precisely entimi anwie pay abasa si wo hono womo ahye said next week on the 17th of February Monday ana womo betimi ato Northeast there no epaye enti was say womo call for a real round and also easy say Monday Jode di animo a ebe ana womo betimi ahwe ato abanimi enu nyina no e de free ho enti that is the update a free electoral commission ho eba on the sidelines of Northeast and the Ashanti region enti just for you to know be informed on that na mamema na African Ponzi gachi na mema na kwaba go over Pon margin
Yeah, Kwame Jusu.
That is saying
Nyamia Domara Kwabi Biaboko. Hey, Larry services was
Kessben.
What's na Larry service was bra you know tuntuno. I don't know fan man number Bejiji. On Beji Lamborghini ne Subulu. Kwame le diano. So no more. Kwame. We ye be man kwa na 7 previous. I want to meet.
Ayi na me pepper
Burkina.
Yeah.
Oh, be on Kwame.
Oh, be on.
On the special. On the anya there. Nuguchi for declare say concoction bi wo no Larry service Kwame Obama wani ajike Obama akaka etu bezo janu mara
me num bi kra che me to ba ko be say first na ko omo eton wo traffic mu no wo mo de ne e kama pa na me ko num ba ko bi ma me rani ya fiti on me num bi be 2 years ni me num bi yes
ma me bi wa ha watua meba
oze
watua meba yima yawo Kwame ye security man me koto me eba bo baby o bi se siga de wa ha no ko ye nam si yima ene ja me koto Kwame 2 weeks ni mi ampa me timi de eba
I see
ma me ne de ne nyenyenyenye atua me eba ebi na ayo
o Burkina obi tua me ya eye ni ho no ma wo traffic light na wo achimota new plan ho no mo no
new
plan ho yes echi a wo so mo ton pa
I mahu
Hona
how better top plantain chips or
ha me pa antifiti hono more than 2 years me tobium cry me hu anam betwem but Larry dey na dey dey be ko
oh you be call Larry service you be call
Larry fie dey right
fie dey pa Kwame na you chia
ko chia na no pay ohene
kwa FIFA be chia
ohene ya chia wa no pay why na Eje easy okrom ha.
Ka FIFA.
Say bejo.
Mo fa camera no to me se na me ka se mo fa nche no. Be ma we treat so obi anu. O ka ta che FIFA.
Kessben.
Wona wa totu ayi agna ma hema totu na kire wo dem. Wonya dia na nu su fi jam. We are kuni mapa. Kwame FIFA. Kwame FIFA. Ayi ko form na mo chechira santemai.
Eba na eyo.
I say, go boy. Mene Kwame Appiah Kubi ade be wi lo kwasa se be ni okuwa.
Go boy, dey na ro go fa se boy bai.
Akwelo ya so kwe no di be di.
Say video.
O de ba ko tokwa.
Who run the doors so chrome her too much. Run the doors so. For the service I saw whatever. That the member this year the check. The munya but beba. Microphone person Rebecca say bimba. Mo ye dey Rebecca. Rebecca say. Fact matching at say. We be fine. Oh, cause go microphone the man I remember.
Say opposition now.
Opposition there. Video microphone this so
say boa.
Opposition mo call ye 2 months grandma yo.
Now opposition dey call 2 months in my and I just started declare for fugitives. Yeah, we design che kasa TV so radio studio. What one I chokra am say. And some kind of Tom 5 years ago be you one.
Oh, that means you should start onye boni I
started the OSP intimidate him for my chrome antina. It's all good.
Oh, sir. OSP intimidating
come on. And today no see any theatrics. They no see
Asana wo
any theatrics.
But that is not the first time OSP press conference.
They no see any theatrics. Look at the sequence of events I see within this week. From Monday it is say AG I discontinue some cases.
Yeah.
Tuesday nyumre na ya say Richard Jagba. Yenye say ya say Mami Monidin. Anagana will be a name.
We do not know.
The pictures and the videos are out there. We are not purported. Majority leader.
Mona more purported say Richard Jagba. Mona more posting videos in the pictures are mostly a year no. We have not.
And let me add this. Enra majority leader. Mahama Ayariga on the floor of Parliament. It's categorically say Richard Jagba. And a ladies are team no or a part of national security.
Okay.
It is a Tuesday numre and a Wednesday or Tuesday numre. Winya Richard Jagba. No free national security. A former finance minister fee. A run a bedroom. You name the open hot. Videos no of on the bedroom. We saw the videos or on the sitting room on the bedroom. You need the open or hot. I did change. Now what's when ya OSP about the theatrics. Eja ankwan onyo na to nyum bi no. Okay. Some few months ago. Ankwan no ma. The crab for the and there. It's all funny and interesting, but it is good for the nation building. Tino sana mekaya no. Eja theatrics and just an attempt by the OSP to whether to look relevant, I don't know. But then I feel what he's doing, he should be a bit careful with the trend of Okono. But we've seen a lot of letters and a lot of evidence out there just say you need the entire operating home idea. Time will tell.
OSP ne praying home.
Oh, chief operating home.
Office of the special prosecutor, the special prosecutor himself.
Chief.
Adiana dani nimtia.
Homeboy. And Komoya no DA me pacho. E dehena e see last week a necessity say and right you do komo. These are issues that has been in existence for how many years now?
Very well. Yeah, so enchiana mechia.
Tom abuton no pay nyina ehu aka nyina say ye di OSP ya start hu na yen ene Richard Jagba. I start come for fie anajo. Abronkita any search warrant. Etimiti emisuro e bia me free na me kofi kwa na ehia me kwan mu so me pack me car no na yemi ni obi achikra nko ba bia na me mkra hyehye me.
I see. Me da say mpacho your numbers no 0550567929 0550567929 and no any numbers no 0550567929 and no the text line no pay ya de ejuma na member the honorable member of parliament for Amenfi East constituency Honorable Nicholas Abankwa homeboy atinasi homeboy marching
Mr. Speaker
na empomu to say
but join your media adum
who are no many aji
that's Mr. Speaker
ubu ni party who are no many aji the microphone it in so kata constituency work all there
Mr. Speaker but join your media adum
that happen for our hell na uni awe there MP no be dia cho
I'm fee so be ahun ye enso ye da mo say bring na no enya kwan na ye ne constituents ne Ghana din come through this platform maybe my constituents message aba na nya agro so rabo why late when I'm saying crime say was out traffic wa
always muntem
Only our second term new maybe I want the MC so free ho second term ni
that's the kevedi won come
just open ba woni katra na maybe I want the move
Mr. Speaker if na okay o ka sitting arrangement na in parliament na
parliament dey maba manim
parliament
enti aka position no
angwanoma na okay
aka position no na say John Mahama Mr. President
no come
President mo do so do
president
also do so do
me come be a what ebe
o dem say na ultimate care no we fidie me kana me can say
go to the fancy right
last week yes how
Abo Mabintio abai mo to say constituency to say
Mr. Speaker the commander was na me chia me paying for me no boom na some Ghana no pay through the biggest platform Mr. Speaker na me nya kwanya se na say me bomb me na me chia me party paying for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the President of the Republic of Ghana, our national chairman, my dad, that's Yeresidun Ketia, the entire national executive, our regional executive led by Nanatok, my constituency executives, and ya Memphis so bibia na me chia wasam mfima hine tete toku am wasechi otosu mi no oni atranko nyina. The Speaker, my constituency director Yaket of A1 Good, Cosby Good, Ishmael, Omunina Glue, Peace Aluminium, Mechio Bibia, and then Menyon Kubin so, Madame Margaret, or Roman Catholic School, was a crop when any birthday, Mechiano, Mano, Awodapa. The Speaker, Parliament Boko, Party Muboko, na my constituency in Suboko. Okay, Monday and I'm a few constituency. Now we share starting electrification challenges. I'm better now doing common. Ministry minister and so I'll respond quickly. My many ECG for now starting ma. You injected transformers. See the baby stable power. Now I'm in fees in so I call him. Okay. And rose near the end so no. Some of the communities now already say on best supporting with a drip machine no na ya hwe na ya ye Mr. Speaker ya start here ya da almost for the corporate and the support over parliament Andrea now maybe na me tell obobo bia na Andrea parliament here ni jepa say ya kabian shim na deputy minority chief whip yewra Indrusu also obabema statement statement in the say Iraq and of Riata Obama invade the privacy into no statements na Obama na Yera the leader of the house, that's the majority leader, Yera Mahama Yariga question almost say maybe I walk on a true so munjai near Fina say oh no they are ready but hit in start here drink Ghana who didn't come on na omo request. It's you want to say, Mr. Speaker, I see a bit Parliament boko, and I ban on na bibia boko. Nina say Iraq and Foriata. Special prosecutor. Na do down kwa kufa de ne buy. So me say prepare your beba. obobo as part of protecting the public person no obobo ano on say omo be strength institutions no you all by now him say ye ban institutions and fight crime your yoko sisi omo aye no NIB National Investigative Bureau
and then be different BNI no more than
NIB BNI no more than NIB in your yoko in your war what that's the police CID or several Shraju but Nanado say or bani or announce principles or banana buy an announce principle ni guye then I'm replacing with a what is it
office of the special prosecutor
in office of the special prosecutor or in the Juma as expected of him so me sometimes na me shocked say what's that here Juma you know I say Ghana no one why ready say over fighting corruption no or rather than be fight
society never fight
Shamani who are here okuje to black awokum but he has proved to everyone say he's honest and he's ready to help His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to succeed. Here, what is it, Jata Sam George? Look at several our leadership, and if this is the way to go, Mbwa, special prosecutor has the right. As an another the best one in Ejuma. Now, me tie ne letter be a nensemono the amount phone can say. Also, obra all notify yera kenoforiata. So mu hiane so me yin sembia no. The lawyers natural brain or 31st January say we feel Omaimu indefinitely. He has left the shores of Ghana or will feel this jurisdiction indefinitely. Just say, Mr. Speaker, bro, no can just say we feel anyadi oba na chie day. Sisia, if they had informed special prosecutor say Yera can of retire. Okoshe no yare na eden ya obeba no respond to your call inka we nkoso but Yera jabe me ati say per the response given by the lawyers of Yera Kenoforiata no he has left the shores of Ghana indefinitely enti na money to sana mon ono yen kan wasem two Yera jabe say omo say omo ko stage we woni fie no enye ono no yeye ono ontu sana mon ono so yen kan wasem enti nkoma ebedi na no pembe se mini ababoa se yen hwe se yen ya yebu man no ye enya akwanya asom no anytime any day you be called to account to the people no oba value ho ni yen hwe so se aban sesa ema yen fa mra ma se ma ban na aban tie de mra ebesiesi obi ebetieti obi no mo say is it witch hunting is it tit for tat now Mr. Speaker
yes
titama se tatima
o say
se titama tatima
I see
ananya sa Sandra Mr. Speaker ye na enye dia eno ye ne kan sen so the Enra Mr. Speaker ye ne ye dia and obi ye bia it's not wrong but said you ye na enye and we were both to criticize you so we have every right to push people to account for their deeds but the right thing needs to be done there and then obi ye bia na enye Mr. Speaker me ametie mako yoko ao
oh sir
yes me this year adwuma no
wo
me
so why then
say me Yera me papa honorable Akosi Oponfosu former local government minister or the project by see any community center on the chrome
okay
into only a special fund that no esiki buy but yet to abawie no out of ignorance and no mo peniko because omo nim niko asase no nim baby am continue no mo pese nko mo kill me ntino yes omo kumi but omo kill me political way no omo buy ya no omo say project now here and hwe nkratem no why you sue assembly scan and what there come and account for account obi e wan fa without calling me say be aye nyina ye fia man fees no honorable on handing over notes ni dey na koe me buy rock on several occasions I see achini kwatum ni ade but sidan kanya me say omo me be meet you no so ye ba o constituency no 6 months ye hu dey we here adansia even at the police station omudi fa ho nti ya mase ebechiwa tum na emom ye bebusabusa onsem no omunim said that project was a special funder Yera Oponfosu dey buy MPP in 8 years omo ntumi anye even foundation ma ti say omo dwi foundation ma company bi be si school amanti we are politician there no way no obakom hwanra no mo kanom kikikina that's why na me busa say tita ma tatima and there's nothing like equalization yewura eye John Jinapo unse nra no narrative ni odila okoma bra ban bai but I responded to it the pen say yewura eye kenofori ata obesom Ghana man under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ene ye inviting say special prosecutor na invite no enya aban no ono ana ne one of the operative na aban tie no inviting is omra no ma church ensemu nti bone be na ewo mu wa ha ye na man yosem no we shouldn't go that tangent say e ba ne say nra yewura fanya marking kan bibi na yewura eye majority leader e respond ma manage o say amanyofo no we shouldn't create any perception say you buy cover up. Oh, one can say scratch my back
and I scratch yours.
Yes, when we do that, no. NDC as a party, we have a responsibility to deliver to Ghanaians. Honorable Nicholas Amankwa, our Wasam fees are to Obama. It is my responsibility to deliver to the good people of Wasa Amenfi East. I have that mandate, and if I fail to do that, did they know me and I may face a challenge home. It's here John Dramani Mahama as his promise to retrieve money, sir. Ako baby, a perceived for now because so the person is proving guilty. Won't mean ka say wabokro no. Mama yama emrano enye adwuma. Emrani adwuma okroma. Yenya akwanya ndisi abanya abayera John Dramani Mahama danwa. Ya hyehyɛ nfɛfɛɛfɛ kɔ n'anim Ghana for boy abaso no. Obi obenya akwanya sombia mekas hey. Say 8 years ago, 4 years ago, aban mi fi so my ba my check in there. And ye men so office amenyen. Me hwe say meto to me normal ye. Ne ba ne be usual politics, normal politics. Nipa na yade ya frɛ no onkoyi na no. Say why boni onye boni oh the party are champions wechi. We can't build a country like this. Say nipa na ye invite no. Oko yen ka say nipa de why boni abra onye boni. None of one Samayaka. You're inviting a jump, but then the question is, I'm asking Minister Miniabe say, what was the purpose of Nanado or the special, what is it, prosecutor office, no, or the buy? Is to investigate a normal suspect say a year service kebi for baby
corruption related.
Exactly, and I want sorry sir keke. One more specific areas. You and I are very much aware of a what is it a cathedral Sika Kom $58 million. Mr. Speaker, some of the $58 million here my fees constituency ma wona ga kwan to mosi asumeye me the $58 million see me constituency me secondary school any park menya park amomo eye afrancie jokwa kwan meye the rampon stretch kwan meye upon valley kwan meye wasa mampon kwan wasa amanfi isa ye here a tertiary education or see a benya a nursing training teacher training whatever we will do it and mabunu benya juma am I want to wasa kropon government hospital ye be upgrading no wo hwe market ye be mpo meskani biaka em yesa de aboa eye emabunu ne ye ma men mo de adidwa $58 million na ye ka wansem so when we di anim now we are calling you say brabe bu honkonta the speaker anye kram hwe eye na ye ka $58 million ni eja bibia o hwe ba bia edan ya na esisi ombubu no ya costi ya costi edan no Mr. Speaker, what is happening in the country, you know, it is good. Now, media me say Mrabe Yejuma. Ne Rejaben and some may say he's doing something to please Yera John Dramani Mahama. Ne mo bekoswa ye na Juma no. Say ye na ye be bonia, say ye party ma on fam running Juma. Na na don't call François on fam running Juma. But this is a man no are willing and ready to work under His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. But he was not given the chance. Do you know why? Na me bana ankwanoma so no oye okan
me cry about for
e ban senti no make auto sanyom o say why you ready so be adwuma na so aban no aye what is it o si akwan the resources needed to work you know are not being provided
so the cars or request you nyina ye demand ana
o say
the cars or request you nyina demand staffers are request you nyina ye man staff enti e dey we
enti on hear information on invite
you say want to buy your because of a bulletproof cars
exactly it is a request ni bi no no dim dey o say aban hotel so here now Mr. Speaker share yewra kenoforiata or opposition now and you inviting here the lawyers to meet your command special prosecutor say the man I was share no he has left the shores of this country indefinitely. Before no else any kind thing. None in chair sense yeding. Into a search as speaker.
Indefinitely.
But if they had responded to the man, they say, "Oh, yare, the better saw beba kawemba." So the man shouldn't be blamed much. And Ghana afford to do any aji. Omani aji say, Mr. Speaker, there should be accountability in this country. And as far as you are politician, no, me ametia make us say, yes, oh, we of once and one jodi. Na menya boni o, yed miko yoko, mikoko yima no. Si you are kenoforiata, onya boni. Omra no mama yina no. Says Kemisu Akobebia, we need money to build this country. Come to my constituency. A lot of development here. Me school, as I said, the only school, I'm a senior high. We don't have a football pitch. As we speak, some games, some Baby school, which is outside the campus. It's going to be difficult for the student to be controlled by a teacher for no. And no more baby here. It's a yeska. And omudi amamu na science Ghana for to abamaye what the any ebe yema Ghana for ni age ye be yeska na wa ska bia be du nchen wo si ebeje but ye beji na mramu na mama say e witch hunting e tit for that ni wo say tita ma tat nye den emma but the ekoso is not tit for that but accountability we need to allow the independent investigative body wo kroma say special prosecutor no obeye na juma na ye farmer yo say meye press conference in Sinana. Let's begin.
54 minutes after 8. This is Kessben 92.9. My member fat should not mean tien. Fat my member should not mean tien.
Because I'm on a quabo. I want the twice super queen. Honorable. If you didn't saw, yes, if you didn't know, I can for baby move, Mr. Somebo, say if you didn't saw a born and is soon, right? Very beautiful. Oh, sir, honorable. Started very good on his advice. We should try to depoliticize such discussions. But you know, and on no sign a draw in the politics now, so we should depoliticize from this discussion. But that is politicians for you. When it suits our interest, we know how to run around with it. But when him honorable can say in his camera, and no Kregan in his capa. Unfortunately, according to US aid for CKB, you see it 66 million, 57 million, you see it it means there's the time he is coming brave. I find it very interesting, honorable. You are coming from Parliament. Emre Hinsike, Nasa Ghana buying it me at the contract, my contractor. See a diamond Ghana. See 5,000 housing units at a cost of $200 million. And that's our net here. $200 million, honorable. Means 5,000 housing units. Contractor no kuku see Mr. Speaker. When it means 1,000 housing units in complete in here with the $200 million, no. Nasa hani paid na kujina courts. Nasa yesi on refund this cano. Nasa ne yenya Attorney General be so sani panoboni be anyone eja based on ethics. It mejan so onko. Nasa obe catch them so Leven is saying what's the name National Cathedral $56 million and then more important than $200 million obi fanko see down 5,000 my you see only 1,000. You see the interest here, but we leave it to the jury. Sena your leader Bekano. We leave it to our viewers to judge who has this country at heart. Now, interestingly,
in your 8 years, you could have prosecuted.
We were in court. No, you see, no, Mr. Speaker.
All this matter.
Mr. Speaker, let's correct this impression. There is no time limit on trial. Let's correct this impression.
There is not, but
there is no time limit.
I'm just drawing your attention to the assertion saying there was a wrongdoing. Wrongdoing in America said
yes.
You had
so they were in court. They were in court.
8 years to prosecute and better still to have Mr. a better conviction.
Mr. Speaker, let's correct this impression. Issues you start to say about one thing from last week, What's here the NDC for now? Small by 8 years. I don't know man convicted. Let me put it on record. Government does not prosecute. It does not put people behind bars. And President Kufuor Bayeno and your judge. They obey my answer or do case in courts. Now we put it up with defense. So how the case goes is not determined by the president. Let's correct this impression.
But the case is led by the Attorney General.
He is only prosecuting. a party to a case does not determine how the case goes. You see, I think, sir, the NDC had a test case, a very important one now. I don't know, for whatever reason, they decided to swerve. This is what I'm saying. In 8 years, NDC opposition, no, they had on every single occasion, they had a problem with our judiciary. From unanimous decisions to Supreme Court, on presidential petition. On all cases, they had a concern, sir, our judiciary was challenged. Yes, Mr. Speaker. Mm-hmm. So this was an opportunity for the NDC to continue some of these cases to the final conclusion. Not judgment in the bar. Then whatever challenges they had with the court, within, they could have corrected those challenges. But what did they do? They decided to say, sir, based on ethics and professional discretion, we decided to discontinue these cases. But look at it, very funny. We see yen prosecute Obi and yen chase Obi for $56 million national category course. And Mr. Speaker, let me put it on record. The New Patriotic Party will not, and let me also repeat it, this is a directive, we are not going to shield any former appointee from facing accountability. We'll never do that. But what we are saying is, if you want to secure, or if you come in for accountability, please do it the right way. Let's not create a precedent. A bet say we are still in the military regimes. The soldier food the amount for it. I do not, and I'll say this, justify what Honorable John Jenapo go through some 8 years ago. I will not justify it. And I also not justify what happened 2 days ago. Let's condemn all acts. And also call for people, say Sebi, na area may say OSP, truly, based on charges or listed 5 charges or listed against the former finance minister. No, Mr. Speaker, interestingly, 2nd January 2025, and a former finance minister, letter the chief of staff, Pari, send me home for me person me kokope ayarisa. 2nd January, and okoyen. Last week of January, and the OSP Chorokrata man said, me here in an investigation I made here. And also you mate. Says here they me home for me. May your series of medical examinations be also me here. Now me I'll give you the feedback on when I will return back home. There's nothing in there to say or see onim da obeba. Or my reasons. Unfortunately, on the 7th of this month, just some 4-5 days ago, the lawyer signed my OSP said, yes, sir, this is what the hospital is saying. Say, omo person will monitor the conditions not till March. Now say, omo say, still an improvement in my there will be a surgery in March. See, from January, last week of January to March, how many weeks in Kwa Sebio? So OSP to me chain. As far back, look at where this national category issue came up. Look at the ambulance situations. Look at charges of boy na. Emre ben about one thing. Me I'm not wanting last week. And January this year. Some of these issues were in existence as far back 2-3 years ago. It's what me trying all these years to this point of your investigations are. What is so difficult? So but trying what will go through the medical treatment in every no about answer questions are woman. Obi busa questions and pay say na sebi yema me said nam tamaklompo a court etimi ebua no say esika ese fama me friend saying kantamanto jo move ma for nyesa sebi ma mi di sika ya odwane ye court ebua no so nko dem 10 years be pemo ne one who says a press conference bi akoso kuntan so you declare the fugitive baby obi no so wa ma ya ko fana ba chinchina sa have you seen it anywhere and another
OSP
no. That's what I'm saying, sir. Let's be very careful.
No, I'm saying with the precedent OSP was not in charge of.
No, I'm not saying of OSP. Yeah. Make a statement that I mean make it. This is a manner. Number one, there's no charges against the former finance minister. There's no charges. As it stands now, there's no charges. What he is needed for is to assist in an investigation.
Yes.
So he has not charged him yet. That's number one. And when you remember, one gentleman, also director of communications and I think strategies at the OSP's the office on Channel 1 program, and when you recall so, or can and when you remember Ghana for United said number one, only arrest warrant impo for former minister Ken Ofrata. They don't even have an arrest warrant. Yet they went ahead to make a declaration. Say he is a wanted man and he has been declared as a fugitive. And you know what that means?
But if you're a wanted man, what does it mean?
Very good. Now let me from law, look at this quick one. From law, from the point of view of law. Because it can be a fugitive or 3 presidents. And this 3 presidency, to be very honest, your former finance minister, he does not fall under any of them. And these are the quick one. Let me read it. Also in law, in law, quick one. A fugitive is a person who has fled from custody. 1. Escaped from law enforcement, or is avoiding arrests, prosecution, or punishment for a crime. A fugitive can be an individual, or can be an individual of among this any. Escape from lawful custody, such as breaking out of prison or escaping from police custody. Avoid arrest or prosecution. Number 3, violate bills. A bill rather. Say report. One report. So.
Okay.
So these are the 3 conditions. Mibisa and honorable. Among these conditions, see where you put our former finance minister. There is none. It's your best say he's running away from accountability. Far from that, he will present himself for accountability. We will do that. He will do that. But what is important, and say honorable, let's not continue with this precedent I have set to her since 1992. Mr. Speaker, untimi na ofie. You talk about we na buying sana say we a friend to even the outgoing government. Now we have to show because who should so be credit about booty. You talk about 2024 we who never see about thing. I'm for offices. Echo drag you out of office. We saw all these situations. That is what we are trying to speak against. Say this democracy is growing and it can only become better if we condemn some of these acts and look at it from the right point of view. Okay. Yeah, yes, sir, Mr. Speaker, it was to say, yeah, Sabio honorable, send our can say Yoku some 8 years ago, yes, sir. And now what by more? Meaning from Sabio Emre Ninkaso. So what if tomorrow, as a son, we should use that same parameter say yes, certain nay, because OSP no Sabio no son candidate or a creature of our government, and yes, sir. Yen then the buy in no chesi and kaya how saying yen. But the point is that we support everything he does.
So the concerns again for clarity purposes, no, the OSP and Rano, when you're happy about it, and
we are not happy, and I think we've registered that's
to have done a press conference.
No, he had every right to do his press conference, put any information he wants to put out there. But we believe, sir, to a point of declaring the man a fugitive, in that extent, we'll go too far. And I've stated in law what one will do to be classified as a fugitive. The former finance minister has number 1 on case or mom responded to questions at war.
Yes, but you don't dictate the pace.
No, yes.
But the letter dated 7 February 2025. Addressed to the Office of the Special Prosecutor, and it says that Kisia Jabin, the Special Prosecutor, Office of the Special Prosecutor, State Hills, Selassie Avenue, blah blah blah. Direction to attend the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Further to our letter dated 31st January 2025. And in response to yours, dated 5th February 2025, we write as solicitors for Kenneth Ofori Atta in respect of the above subject, which was addressed to our client and in which we were copied. Okay. Please find attached hereto a document indicating that our client is receiving medical attention at Mayo Clinic in the US, okay, detailing his appointment and timelines suggestive of a post-match date where when our client may be able to be in Ghana. We shall be grateful if any attendance in person required by your August office is fixed, taking into account the medical report from his doctors, counting on your usual cooperation. Now, this is the letter written on the 7th of February. Orakisia Jabin said the earlier correspondence on lawyers through an engagement. Yes. I mean, the rationale of Oraken of Oriata Eyarino did not come up. So this one seems to be more or less, I mean, an afterthought after several correspondence.
Mr. Speaker, what kind of letter Nasha said now? Omo indicate he said this is in response to a letter they wrote, I think, on 31st January. So less than a week. within a period of 1 week. So 31st to 7th February, just 7 days.
So 31st January there was a letter.
There was a letter
on the 5th of February there was a letter.
And the 5th of February.
And then the 7th of February there is another
so
letter.
Within a space of 7 days, there have been 3 letters. I know catch him sir nipa way and you're willing to avail himself for investigation. Is that possible? No. The reasoning behind it or declare no as a wanted man, no, I think that he should have taken his time a bit over there. Obedience no can in investigations. And I'm happy. So today, the NDC will acknowledge that there is an office called the OSP. Ababa say Babi stay. I'm very happy.
No.
We have him, madam, is the pie she's by or yeah, investigation will clear. Now they had a more consensus. I'm happy. You see, the good thing is that we are growing a nation, and some of these state institutions are very, very important. This is the same OSP who cleared, let me use it that way, cleared former President John Mahama of any wrongdoing in the when it's an Airbus scandal. It's the same office. So I'm happy. So today, both political parties, we've come to our limits. So we have an office called the OSP. I am going to me say obey investigating corruption and corruption related activities. But what we are saying is on slow down kakra in some of the things he do. Because I'm going to say you make theatrics, I'm going to say I'm calling the man more between some last year and the honorable episode of the explanation. They said a buying previous government frustrating. I'm very serious, honorable.
Yeah.
Do you have evidence to that effect?
Oh yes.
Oh, correct. They said that.
Yes.
The budget to be on the core in a bulletproof cars in our cars op yantamano. So what was the frustration there?
It speaks volume.
Honorable. So make it just a theatrics, sir, and I appreciate it. It was just an act via or putting it up just to mean kind of say to get public sympathy and public attention. Which yesterday was repeating the same thing. Yes, say we are not going to run away from accountability. Okay. Former appointees, and I'll repeat it again. We are former appointee. Now say where you for instance here MPA dear Dr. Mustafa Hamid, who declared he's under investigation. The man yesterday indicated say unknown also a person of interest in that investigation. No, as now we invite that. So yet you come out to the public and declare to the nation say he is under investigation. How is that? Is that possible? I believe say your arrest and invitation say me here I invite you. No I betray wasem. Say me say me detain you. Then we detain you becomes an arrest. Yes sir. Number 1, we invite Mustafa Hamid. We arrest no. We issue any official document. Just say ne boni awaye nie. Na no be na media nim now say to go say yeah. He is under investigation for 1.something billion Ghana cedis. And some be brave best no. You nim say wiki mu. Ora at an airport command president. It week I say ye criteria busy. Say be anywhere being busy at all cost. Ye best they should slow down a bit on some of these charges. Now ya kuni penny mas ye. No chine bi say honorable say be ko yoku ya Simon ke ba person be ke guni ni masanya sa ye wie na ho say be na boni bi ani ho nya sa honorable it be they make nyina say we should be guided in how we call for accountability. Na ya nkwan ko tarnish the image of people say bi o munye boni bia dem person make nyina no
what me that say honorable MP lawyer for Kessben can just chiao na ya frɛ onuanom why
can't say frɛ ba chemi
what problem na me tell I mean to Simadu.
Yes, Kwame.
Kessben.
Ora Oforiata. Ene Kessben. Kwame. If you free. If you free, say bia. Yes, Ebiana, you are not run Romamuyi. Kwame if you free. Now let me tell you. I done the best one will be. Na maintain crime, but me maintain crime, so maintain crime. Na Kwame. Or say bibi jatawi ede jatabi edo wa na behuno oso akofa jataba enye no na onyina e na abehunu Kwame the appointment of Kessben NPP was divided. I'm telling you the appointment of Kessben because of Anas Arimio Anas that acquire Anas didn't pass through Krumhasi. When you are involved in an issue, you do the publication to denigrate you, run you down before one more opportunity to hear and sign and confirm. Bebano, ne exonerate you, no wa kill career, wa damage you image. the same strategy ni bina papa no use no. Mr. Oforia Tamunko for no Gabi Oche da komo people stood against your friend say Kisia Jabin say Mr. Ayikwe to ho Addison ho there are some people who were pen say omofanye the special prosecutor da ukofa jata baba that is anabe. The man is working. When you read the Special Prosecutor Act, everything that he's doing, it is in line with the act and the law. I just don't like the idea. Declaring the man wanted is too harsh. Come the cry back up. Papa ne se me ho dodo me. O se nya no cry. What do you have to do? Mr. Kwakubaku was given ammunitions. When I say ammunitions, it is not guns. He was given everything to go investigate President Mahama, President Rollins, our Switzerland. Say, our gold jewel shop be Switzerland. Mewa.
Kessben.
Addison, Dubai. Mr. Addison.
Yeah.
Trip to Dubai. To investigate Amaridi. The man is saying that I'm sick. And I want a specific hospital, a renowned hospital in US. At the end of the day, say, oh, cross check say, such a person, is it true? So about Honwampa. Say, be a no call Honwa. Just check the dates. Start from there. Power sisa. Don't join who say, may I be to assist the current government playing to the gallery. Me ye bibia mama who say me ye duma power sisa. I told you the other time say Nelson Mandela Eko restaurant no kwa kodidi honorable Oko restaurant no mu say one the team no who say abrante bito and also mo frɛ papa no to no be Johnny team and the man came papa no buy no didi na ne sa shekisa ne sa wo shekisa and the papa sorry say opeso oko no so man ko Okwana Nelson Mandela busa ninkofo ne say, what do you think about this man? I friend so many ebiditi no. Omo say asa yare bi wono so. Ebi say bia o warehuo mu no say da bi ntisa. This is the man. At that time na me da jail. Ada ye be boom e pa no a esu kom be dem a metiem say I'm thirsty me pensuo no. This is the man who will come and stand. Ordinary ne nine ebe bobe call ho no adun so de agumi so pee on me. Today the power has switched, flipped. It will say be a take revenge and tesa. Power sisa when you're very careful. This thing that he's doing is unnecessary. You are inviting unnecessary enemies to yourself. Nobody can run away from this country if you want to investigate the person. What kind of cheap propaganda is this? Who can run away with this country? A huge personality like this can run away from investigation. Ghana. We are a member state of Interpol. Where are we heading towards as a country? No. Debbie. Baby, I have corner at Kwame. Ye can in ni sadi any few. Mr. Fariata bet me a disika no crack. Kwame, on one party for Kwame ni obani ni the other papa ne yo. They make but we should put everything in its position. The publicity we are giving to Ghana, not to Koreata.
Investigation,
yes. And publicity at this country is too bad. We have to be very careful. President Mahama came to fix this country. It is not only say fix the economic indicators. I follow the inflation, the exchange rate. No. This kind of sub-impervious nonsense. Denigrate people for people to get a political points. It starts from President Kofo's time. When the government, you change the government, denigrated President Rollins, and then in Kofo, where you do at them, Tony, you do good and all these things, and I did them want to now fix this, fix it.
reset this country. You reset this country. That's how no money now. You open the new chapter of Ghana. Kwame, this is the bad publicity for this country if you don't know. Unless you don't understand international diplomacy. It's a bad image. For real, a bedroom nebino, obisubaba, obey the same thing, and yet Airbus issue and ye can't want him now. Come then yet. And the bad publicity for this country. But come and make us say, Enra, as I'm the Bible. I'm an officer. I took my time to watch the media houses, their infographics that Omu post here. And I took three media houses, including Yaya Day. Now, the news Omu break here, and the infographics are a wabontin. I took my time to read some of the commentaries. Now, who read the commentaries now? It be 1,005 commentaries. It be 2,000. It be 500. So the 1,000, I'll take my time to read about 100. I took my time, Kwame. Did you see that? Potentially, NPP communicators Mubeche. The communication directorate will divide.
On this issue.
On this issue. When I read the commentaries, Honorable, I realized that some NPP people were jubilating
for the Kisija Mayer.
Yes, not Sebia. You declare Papa don't wanted, but some of them were happy because of a real Tawa Kodem. Tell you, me share comment near banner. Me clicking the panel say is the person real and NPP person. You see, say the profile picture is either Nanado Danko Kufuado and your NPP emblem, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Mr. Kedede Japan. You understand? The over clickers no be share nipa the post no and you clear these NPP activities. Me say people should go to social media and check Sameboa. NPP people.
Are you happy?
Yes, some of them are happy. Some of them are happy because they think that this is the man. They be able make us come who to me out. Aya you saw you of one sir, not one sir. And then Ghana, your politics necessary. And you think I make NPP for say how they are govern Ashanti region. The President Mahama or Mahuya Ashanti region bedroom baby 50-50 in the next 3 elections if they don't take care. Because Rollins never kuya papa ni mama no omo ewu omo 99 2005 they don't give a they don't give a damn with all this politics. They make a right say and then obi wo political party na who do adwam they don't care, they can celebrate because they think that this is the man together with Mr. Amwakwata, council abolished Roto without any tangible explanation. Say it created traffic. Meanwhile, Roto, people with disabilities, about 80% of them are NPP people. And you select you say Celebaya on Benya Dumaya, Mebwa. And 1 year you made your free ho. My men no tongue Sokodia. Your tongue, Cocoding catch on the Shannon mat here in the man. 1 moment in the Johnny bomb. Nipa, yes, sir. You are my free Kwame. We will be free road to Numua on better funeral. You promised them, man. Well, for Sikana Momo, I are a phone sa bow one was some yachwam. They will jubilate. I'm telling you, Kwame. They will jubilate because they think that. This is the man that passed formed an ad hoc economic management committee to oppose Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, former vice president, who stood against the passing of e-levy. And they bypassed the man to form an ad hoc economic management team
with Mr. Osafo to pass such a killer. A dear man, a bad publicity, a can't hold a man NPP co-position. People will jubilate. People will jubilate because Mr. Foriata, after cabinet meeting, NPP cabinet meeting, they agreed, say, there's no way our debt exchange, nipa 800,000 retirees. And the party opposition, they agreed. The party executives were part of the meeting. They all agreed and signed. They bypass them and convince the Kufuor. So let us do it. And they did it and sent the party to opposition. This is the man who was acting as a de facto as a vice president. So people will jubilate. People will jubilate. I'm telling you. This is the man that made Japan say Takradi. The first time he touched in the Takradi, the project stalled. Mr. Foriata and you Pia Foriata. Kumasi Airport to store ya before the election and you Foriata. Kumasi project almost ya touching this fifer. Omo amwakwata de na no kokan sika omo set aside. So mode baba ye opeja asame de koya de foforo munya abotre na me kofafa de bia ba ayo Foriata it be say Kwame wo dey asma make market on the wall. People should go to the social media and chase the various news portals and start reading the commentaries. And I'm see nyame nwanwa say the NPP communication directorate will be divided on this issue because the man has caused mess our party. May I ask for the charges here they bought on the day. Then we can sit down and pass a good judgment.
Okay. May I say 22 after 9 Mami and now I say now Mami kind of messages in the Abba messages Zach Eddie Free Ajura Eddie Abba or say the NPP guy is misleading the public. A Blackwood date of vetting was that, but because of Wednesday, they did not sit. I don't know what you are talking about, though, Zach. Thank you. Mamin Kai, we say, good morning, Mr. Speaker. I'm PM Atta Kaswa. I think the OSP should take time on Ken Oforiatta. Was he not in the country when Ken openly said he was a problem? He had a problem with his liver. OSP, why are you rushing from February to March? It's not too far. Thank you for a message. This one says that, good morning, Speaker. Please, I'm Ima. The NPP man is a big liar. Do he think we are fools? I mean, the idea we're trying to throw her. Thank you for a message. Good morning, Mr. Speaker. God bless you for not defending what is evil as your brother is doing. Thank you for your message. Please tell Honorable Nicholas to fix upon Valley Road from a year Samini or the way free Nyame Betre and a day Abba. Nicholas Amikan just upon Valley kind of fix it. Nejai Kasa now betina now. Nicholas, thank you. This one says that please remind the NPP communicator Ken Oforiatta teamed up with his uncle Nanado to have Japa jailed, but it did not work. Japa is definitely coming for a revenge. Thank you for a message. Ken Japa the idea. Ken Japa Dominic Kemensa alias Old Soldier from a year Ashaman. Mahama is working hard to jail NPP men. We love that. God bless President Mahama. Thank you for your message. Good morning, Mr. Speaker. I really appreciate your program. You guys are doing great. We appreciate you for watching us this morning. Thank you. Good morning, Speaker. Please, I hope you are great. Please and please again, what is happening at Asekwa and then I don't get you. As Ekwa and a Blakwa South. A Buakwa South, that is what you mean to say. It's not good at all. Our water bodies is now a problem because of Galamsey. And even if we talk about it, they do not care. They have entered the Tiwa forest and mining with impunity. Thank you for your message. Pacho, Odia and Onowese. My name is Kojo from Teshi. Good morning, Mr. Speaker. God bless you and your team. Indeed, Ken Oforiatta must respond to all the allegations leveled against him. We say, Dabraka, I'm watching you guys. God bless you for the good work you are doing for Mother Ghana. Raymond sends this one in. I say, good morning, Mr. Speaker. The NDC Member of Parliament has truly spoken well. The NPP was equally doing politics with the whole thing. If it was bad yesterday, it is bad today, and it must be condemned. But Ken Oforiatta must face the law. Thank you for a message, with the ABBA. Now we're coming back to the Attorney General and Dr. Dominic Ayene and justification as to the reasons in here what discontinue a lot of cases are now a work court. Mame share and was say and I'm memorable so just 2 minutes each on your rebuttals. Now yemra the other topics.
Speaker Amenda was na the American far area Ken Oforiatta ne OSP and someone said but Ziga share the zeal near here. He was very passionate, speaking to the point, Ninia and said, Osha, Munia ya Kasaria and I advise say, Yera Ken Oforiatta. Say, oh, you're ready and find my yourself. Yami Adunan Hotona Ombra. No me in Semano. Because this is the finance minister, parliament crying here now on back. Oh, Kromoha. This is the finance minister or spend it without resorting to parliamentary approval. This is the finance minister. See the nana is Yera Zigakano. Omutumi ye road tour. Now it was legally bound. They need to come to parliament to seek parliamentary approval. Omu ye without doing this. So enko yese o kaise o abaimu ana. Ena me de me ayame denso ne se yen amanyofo ni nyina no yenye se yenya independent bodies a yema omo kwan ombe ye adwuma. Inti yema omo nye adwuma ne me yese ye mahama kwesi ajaben ajapa. It's not a japa. A japa no only controls Obegase special prosecutor onye de oyen. Ono an eye na adwuma. Yen hwe se na mo na wotu no. Se ade bi omu na enye a emfamra kwema we criticize that. But ye yene de omo ase ye benye sika hwie egu no. Yen sabe ka bi. Na nsel as detriment to yen politicians ni say what buying was why you don't take advantage to do a normal be more mine. Now what buying fee so na ye chase because ye in Ghana the SCA when say it is only NDC in an party ni ye bonia otumika abra or power. Ma sebe and amobi or otu. Look at what happened to your sister Vicky Hammer. Now otike amudi nkomosi wonya $1 million sir. Eyade aman yosempo bi a onye bi manadobe. Ye yinedi. MPP abemu obi die nyan na hyempase ekosi sen. So they were praising anya yewura we na ye ho adwuma. Special prosecutor.
Kisi Ajame.
Say he handled yewura ye mame this other package no. No, onyo ono. Yes, obi kan keke. A vision. Say minya na nso ehun say wadwe won nko ade when the opportunity is given to you baby.
I see.
Ye you. Now so obi de obi nyan e ma ne hyempase what happened to that's the difference enti yen wo say aban bia ne ho a so waban mu a eye NDC ne Ewura Mahama ne Prof Samuel Kwana ebi ne nipa ye bone a oye den oka enti so ofi so na se ekọ cancel na ye witch hunting but on ne say member say yenya power enti u be ye witch hunting no yenya power yen fa nye emra pepe say ene yaba power no ochina so ebia ne no but what is happening here is never witch hunting.
Okay,
I am running na adwuma see the wheel of justice travel slowly ya den ebedu ho nti Yewura Ken Oforiatta ne de adu a nyame mo ano nya hoden omra back normal respond to issues no baby esem ramu no onye boni enya no Mr. Speaker me call you kwa menye boni see a jame me wa ha and what I don't like in my life say paying back. When I was DC 2016 when we lost power I was attacked by all the top hierarchies of Memphis East omra me kuniku and so even when we won power 2020 maybe boss no more to
we need
me MP no me parliamentary no maybe board crown no more to no Mr. Speaker over to me I call back to me constituency say my opponents say you bu ne billboard bakumpa. I told my people say new reason omo to Obama no. Inti so ye na nya mo manenko. But ye na reziga energy ane de kana. You say when anado they were doing that to some people in this country, you know. Ghana for near voice to say. And then before Kaso, Yaya DNA and yet into me and sister as part of resetting again. Into Mudiana Moyani DNA Yana. If it was not good yesterday,
it is not good today.
It's not good today. But when it wasn't good yesterday, you know, when to me should we continue? When did you realize we should reset the country? When did you realize? Who co-opposition Yana? Who co-opposition ya? Is that a question? When you were in office, no. What was that? No, it was the speaker. Whatever the man who see. Whatever the man who see. Man say, you will be surprised. You will. No, you will. Yes, you will. The speaker. You be see. You be resource 2 minutes. But tell say nyenra, and that's when ye. But remember, I perceive say, nyenra no be here no. Ni okromha. What did we say when the house of Yera John Jinapo was invaded? As he said it on the floor yesterday, you MP people are in this country.
Exactly.
What did you say? All the members of parliament who were on their feet yesterday, defending Yera Kenoforiata, criticizing the movement of Yera OSP. No, they were in the chamber with Yera Ken. What is it? Jinapo. Omo can say, but then the and then going forward no when we are starting from today you have a part of 1 year and then I Mahama what about reset agenda no etimpa unique into reset and you so china no be so no the aboy and sebaman then MPP communicated they will not be happy because they were not happy say e-levy omutuabi betting tax omu tuabi COVID-19 tax omu account for omu tuabi my borrowing e ba here near Kenoforiat okay state institution like SIC egu state insurance egu
but omo ye
juma about how effective it is and whose responsibility to help the company function state institution it's saying here talk us near there and government na we dia no una patronize then the private will come in and then another abreso no omo ye de all ni nyina was under era Kenoforiata yet to mean judge no abra finally ye hu ni say boni say no aye nyame ya adom no tie apo so yale omra ye jabe say you can run also that you can die mama also you can run but you can't hide inti ni konso ameti nyame bo na mbenya akwanya ochene dia anasisi ameso no ma hwe yie so ochina party no wa exactly
me that say fact bramo na minje o
honorable you see we've been around for a while and the third dance assembly say you two are let's be guided how we communicate it o can say na your position na you say enyanya sa that's not kind no no that's what you said say and your position you say sa so enya so panya sa
the so man seconds pro me say Yera John Jinapo a member of parliament mudi be here no the colleagues and can hwe na the area of a can dey by no more can intiena na mo say nya
and then
that's the question
okay very good you see honorable Mr. Webre sir change of government and sir nkomo ye di e bata ho sebio in 2009 e go dey see o manimo I don't like repeating this discussion 2009 Nanya. And also by way be honorable. So should we do this? That's the question I'm asking you to. So at this point, who are by munne? Maybe it suits your interest into a year.
And suits me that.
Thank you.
But no can say you.
No, you see I condemned one. We condemned the Japa 2 days ago. Oh, for a friend saying finance minister Fio. It was wrong. Let's condemn it. If John Jinapot 9 years ago went through that same thing, then let me also tell you 16 years ago, President Akufo-Addo, then candidate Akufo-Addo, in 2008 elections, so could we na otu kwine, Mr. Speaker, or full plane we are in the car, you be seen airport no, your tam car na the call ye, meboa. Former President Akufo serve Ghana we as former president. The private officer, you say the man and crab on things so, but people na me busa, Mr. Speaker. Office no infa. We saw what happened. So the question is that
what of former President Mahama
please,
and now
please,
President?
Please. Honorable, if we want to do that kind of recycling of discussions, and why discussions no? Anytime I say moving forward into the future, no, we cannot come back in 8 years after change of government and go back to the same discussions. And why democracy? No?
We get you.
It does not help our democracy. So that is what I'm trying to say. Etiman can say be an opposition who say any. So honorable, let me say this. See, in as much as we won't take revenge, no, somebody out there will take revenge. So we need to speak against it today.
That was expecting you to speak against it yesterday when you were in office.
You see all this. So today you can't speak against it.
You can
speak against it. No, you
are allowed.
You can speak against it. Honorable, Mr. Speaker, the interesting thing is that OSP. Hey, now there's a lot of monitor time. OSP who quite so obey tunes afro be organa or who saw to me no. No me no. When one creative president be a or Kessben. The name of sa e baba be ha amanfo adwene o man mu. De make nyina no. It mesre minia. And the member penny zika kai no cry. And I think that it's very beautiful with the new patriotic party. So we can have divergent views on issues like this. There's nothing wrong with that. And we've expressed it. And I know some of my colleagues who have also expressed their views on this matter different from my views from the same party. It's beautiful coming from the new patriotic party because we are not robots. Auto we are we have our views and people have expressed it. But that should also take away the fact that the OSP declared and ran or to an book from January, last week of January to less than 3 weeks. Within these 3 weeks, when the man told about I did see 2-3 years ago, I told 3 years ago, I feel about investigators at 3 weeks per when the man told to matcha now be declared wanted at the tag with tone so a fugitive. Meaning said now no say BBC are reporting, all the international platform are reporting to be a former minister will be a so Dayarem Pasokrana who not mention in Bagano. That's the law. That is the law, and it is wrong. It must say OSP. Obin Tino. Obin Kasejua Yenin. We are all in for accountability, but we should be guided how we go with the accountability first driving. Yeah, need the fear come for Sebi. Any question if you come. But
as a fact, Fad is a member of the Neo Patriotic Party. Honorable Nicholas Amankwa. I mean, kind of messages maybe now. Again to us. So, Zach Ewo Edjira or the Aba or say good morning, Mr. Speaker. The NPP and the minority should not think they can use noise to shield corrupt officials of the Akufo-Addo government and his appointees. Looking at the cathedral issues, it is very clear that Ken is corrupt and he must face the law, even if he is in a wheelchair. Thank you, Zach, for a message. Adi free Edra Abayechia Edra Funyina. OSP is doing what he is doing for the NPP faithfuls. Thank you for a message. I'm highly grateful. Mame Enkai Way. So we say good morning, Mr. Speaker. Now NPP members were singing praises during 2016 to 2024. Now they are crying more than the bereaved. Stop crying and face the law. Thank you, Jonathan, for a message out there. No pay. Joe, thank you. This one says that good morning, Speaker. Oh, yes, I agree 100% with what Ziga said about Ken Ofori-Atta. I'm a strong NPP member from Ladade Kotopon constituency, where the ex-finance minister's fugitive residence is. To be very unfair and biased to the youth of the country, I'm happy the OSP is taking action now. Thank you for a message. Kenneth Wobert, thank you for a message. We say, good morning, Mr. Speaker. On this OSP case, there is this Ga song that I want to request for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Ken Ofori-Atta, Oyawo Jata Biole. Okay, thank you. Now, I've reported no. Obia requested and you know so Jonas anyway from Mansuton to Krum Diaba or say good morning, Mr. Speaker. Ken Ofori-Atta and the NPP must understand that accountability is what will clear a man's dignity and integrity. Ken Ofori-Atta must face the law and answer questions. Thank you for your message. Sami Boache is sending this one from Asaman Kessben. I see the former finance minister being declared a fugitive and wanted is a severe measure. I am curious to know why this is happening now and when the OSP first discovered the charges against him. Is it the action being taken in the public's interest, or it is just a mere point to score favor from the sitting president? Thank you, Same Boache, for a message. Masawudu Ewo a year Bantima, he sends in this one. I'll say this is not the first time a previous government official has been accused of causing financial loss to the state, and it will not be the last time. All the praising of the OSP must be done in modesty. And same started when Martin Amidu started chasing the former president John Dramani Mahama about the Ford saga and its related matters. Thank you for a message. It's a good morning, Speaker. I'm Iben from Kwabenya. Are we sure Honorable Furiata is running away from accountability? Time will tell. Time really changes, as they said. Indeed, I think this should serve as a lesson to the current appointees of the John Mahama administration that one day they will account for their deeds. They must be careful with the things they do. Thank you for a message, with the Abba. A lot of messages are that Modiaba no pay. But my main fast that be Emma House of More na ano pay House of More for Adaroma ana womo abuaye na womo production kwa Modiaba your friend Live Life Syrup no mpacho egumua hudo bebre ye wodi boost immune system ye wodi improve your blood circulation ye wodi enhance your sexual performance o your ba o your bema mpacho ubehia se ubeyisubi ebi wo hono ma bema no erectile dysfunction and ha wadwe and afe wo sperms no enye healthy ani nyina no Live Life Syrup ye wona hodo bebre a ne uyisu a ebetimi aboa wo yie pa afe wo your ba wo your bema low libido ha wadwe wo your ba to the bia na wase ho aye dry mpacho ni nyina no wo mo edit the natural remedy edi aba uyisu a unya effect bia no emfree mo enti House of More product no e wo dwamai so mpacho okọ eye herbal shops or drugstores, pharmacies, ahodo ni nyina no a ubenya bi ato na watimi ayisu ebeboa wo yepa na onso watimi ayisu na menna eye Eclipse Collateral Management for Ase na anope Eclipse adaromenti pacho oyobia oye japadira onkrata no ewo ho no ma fabra na womfanya adwuma entua commission ewo ho eno achi no pacho ope eye loan but only collateral. They will serve as your brokerage house na afi womo assist still with eye collateral eno ne betimi aboa ma onsa etimi account loan no anope ko na wone Eclipse Collateral Management for enkodi enkomo na womo ebeje wo so yepa mpacho be hu womo ewo Adenta Barrier womo be Medimosis Hospital and ope for womo on 0543 832466 0543 832466 na wone Eclipse Collateral Management for any enkomo anope na womo ebeje Mpacho 43 minutes after 9 Maybe you call lines in the sun so now yaji wa dwenche but maybe me guest in the so now in just some few minutes you touch on the Attorney General issue but I mean na chocho industry for ase and pay chocho for adaroma one more the chocho bam no ediaba but chocho bam no waposo ya ufre juma ba aya na woti pains on your body and pay SSA woman unsaka chocho bam wodi twitwia adebeche no na afe ya oni nyina no efri ho na etimi aboa wo ye utie me mpacho ene pimples agi wani mu nyina aboso rashes ene scars ahodo bebre na no ana abeji oni padua nani ede aboso dia adope ye de chocho soap no ana ede abro se ene obeyiso faye ho seminar wodi dware na ebe clear rashes no pimples no ana fein so kotwa bi e wo ho bia no oyiso eye chocho soap e clear ni nyina ede maw oye oba oye bema o shempabo na center bem mpacho obehia se obeyiso chocho foot cream na odi asrasra ebe moisturize eye o feet na afetimi aboa a soften bibia kama ede maw na eyi bad smell no eba ni nyina ede free ho na uye obi a ese adwuma a woye nti onsem eden pacho udu nipa mu na wo chia aya na oferia anope yesu chuchu eye hand cream no na fastrasha ebema onsem ago kama na etimi aboa woye afi wa BP ha wadwen de sese wo no noma no pa bia eye chuchu BPT eno nko a ana wo no noma ebeboa ama o blood pressure no a control ne kama na etimi the pressure ne nyina no de aba from chuchu product no egumu ahodo bebre na ewodwama esonso enti anope ma onsanka bi pharmacy, supermarket, malls, ane shops ahodo a aka ni nyinaa no obetimi enye biato open the dodoma tour obeko suhum in the eastern region. Patch off for one more on 0551 815388 0551 815388 and after 0244 727348 obetimi so after 0504 555535 na woni chocho any enkomo anopay mamemra the honorable member of parliament for a year Menfi East. So now Mamintio in about 5 minutes on a year Attorney General justification and reasons or the ben Ramusiki accountability no na cases ni bi ho amu twem Mamintio.
The speaker me that say na yebo yura Attorney General Abaso for the new power starting. It was a speaker. Ose na can be say yes seek accountability na case bi wa ye twem. But mo say yeah product of law you know. Let's say yes say what the nipa 1,000 beguma omabo kro no dan say what the innocent soul back pe a omo kro no ebetum. Na wo hwe de area Attorney General na namo a otu ye. So enter nolly prosecutor. Mr. Speaker, he has every right. Now, the why a bin si ukroma than say, as an Attorney General having that a mandate to enter a nolly prosecutor to discontinue a case, he has no explanation to anybody. This is the first time, to my knowledge, but who share a nolly prosecutor as a nolly meaning say unwilling and a prosecutor to prosecute. And he also unwilling to prosecute. You can prosecute somebody based on evidence higher than or now also some of the charges were defective. And also ethical and common sense some of the cases they are all shame pay or no buy document before him na yetwaswa enye. Shebi they say what is it? On the housing saga. Collins Dada. Aseglemi. Yeah, they don't call itself causing financial loss to the state. Now they call it $200 million to build affordable houses. On him say causing financial loss to the state. A legal way are free accounting $200 million. Any man now say wabo o maineka. A say no aboka. And a say in a jumano mutumi. But they took him to court. Say causing financial loss to the state $200 million. But as you speak, when you go to the place, you will get some of the edifice there. Sabai by no share and kiye and money your manager party. Nanka they are saying mum yashe, but you didn't do that. O share yura a siama a Bank of Ghana governor here. Ni case omo charge 300 million and 150 million, right? Omudiwe na per letter Yura Attorney General a chance on just say even the 300 million was retrieved. So why then no so cost to sell part of the case then to us? And Yura Attorney General, Mr. Speaker, enye say among yourself ebini here kan Yura kan for yatade. Na among yourself ye na kokọ tabra onye boni. Nemom enye so say among yourself you ye boni ayentumi nka. Into omo a say what discontinue with the cases one more explanation emana diabolic so being person omo ye ne kra people have come to understand. Meanwhile now he has every right say one cheche mu kra the oye o deserve say by law he has the powers to do, but accounting to the people, this is what we call governance, is the reason why Ghana fought to Obama era John Dramani Mahama CMA meye issue attend. Mr. Speaker, a buying a beba. Now, with the case be court 8 years. Now, unto me, a judgment. Now, Mr. Speaker, here trauma of family become. What the individual you become. Now, your political and Tracy and I said, into the me advice and say, Ushe, Europe, Nimu case mu, no more jais 8 years. Into a buy now or trending. Meanwhile, when him say, on Monday to govern even this country near 8 years. Into say, what could you be? Na se mra or what? Mr. Speaker, look at a normal the way you more in crooked terminal there. How was some quarter speed on the running? Shenanado down Kwaku are buying. She Parliament, Emra E-Levy, Echo Court. Now I am in here say the what is it? The chief advisor to the government on legal issues, AG, the Attorney General, Godfrey Odame, on the or interested party in the case, he's not the final arbiter or really on the case. But when E-Levy issue was taken to court, it took them how many hours? It took the court how many hours? You're a judge question. Not a member of parliament. He was being denied, sir, Obaba chamber. The speed are no more they can asem. Now we say Obia for my sika 8 years. Unt me in real seminar. Niti obi aba no hwem no se asem no. If you want more to no kra no che say asem na say politics na way. And as aside politics no, was say it is defective. Ethically and common no. Enye ade a eso metumi ato so na omo akwa asem no sintu ato agua. Atoni yeda na se. Ne de kan say enye se we nko a. Say any other cases bi obehwema eso be ye free wona enye mrema. Ontungu the so pushing so pushi. Ne wo say Mr. Speaker, say do court na 8 years over court na ban ni wasema eye how ema woni mpa no. Na so a international bodies say oman ya etimu so we investor na we invest kra na wo the asem kokota na na do dan kwa kufu ado aban even 8 years ontumi mu asem.
Okay, may I say fact
Mr. Honorable, mandate near 4 years and 8 years. Okay, say
subject to renewal.
Subject to renewal. Okay, yes.
Very good. But just to correct that.
In it all
4 years. Mandate 4 years.
Medical 8.
Yeah, and I also want you to you see, Mr. Speaker, important. Mr. Be honorable. You see, saying asma kan yi say emra na your office no na attorney general to me the cases because court man ko wa no one ntentema
odi akire
me pacho enka ne pepemu a sena mo super the judiciary no in 8 years na mo opposition no na nka we opportunity the mama aban ne say sa cases yi enka we ma ene AG a wo kan say the no odi akire no ko be no so di akire sa amana kwa do the final conclusion of these cases na Ghana for nyina nyom hontia because on the power no krani me maintain me hwase here. And I believe others watching us this morning, but anyway, why do I say this? Somewhere in the records of Parliament, I approve a loan of $200 million. Honorable, so you think crying, o constituency. So will you offer us here? JC can see 10-bedroom mammy in hotel or constituency. Or see budget no, 1 million Ghana cedis for 10-bedroom hotel no. And now what 1 million Ghana cedis? I'm a offer us here no. So on si da ne maw ukodru ye 10 bedrooms no wasi trepe na tre no kura no onwie yo osi sika na sa ukofa assesses ba so me assess edan no almost say here another 100,000 to complete even 3 Ghana wasi no 7 no ontimi sia no kan ho ye also offer say no we da ko gina court 8 years ninti no wa change we ja na manako. Is that what you're saying?
No.
That's what you just said.
No.
Okay, tell me video where say 56 million Ghana dollars na call national cathedral na here sika no. No cray here sika pa. Sounds to na $200 million na parliament approve 5,000 housing units. Mr. This parliamentary records. What parliament you can verify? 5,000 housing units. Yura Honorable Collins Dauda as the minister in charge of works and housing. Is less than 1,500.
Honorable Pacho. No, you invited me.
Honorable Pacho. The cost here they say 3,500 away to mention now. Budget no loan you approve for 5,000 no. Or still less than 1,500 when we import. The new government buy assessment to say you here close to $50 million. To complete the 1,200 house that was what was needed. This is the financial loss ayeka. Say no uni say no say be enu hia. Yembo eningu me pacho pacho any dey kwans Mr. Yembo eningu. Na mbom no eya by who for appointees dey enko chesi omo a yate the jury watching us this morning ebehu nipa odwen Ghana ho and me
before I bet to us about me announcing my phone lines, 0550922929 0552911929 0550922929 0552911929 maybe lines Eddie Atum and along the line mefa of course for
quick one Mr. Obio Bank of Ghana governor the year you can watch me Mr. Speaker I believe say enkomo bi aye dia ni die yakakran say enokre yakọ about to yare yegitum the goodwill at this moment no mo side it sometimes we trust no bia utim kire mo a ahefo so ja no o ka de ope Mr. Speaker
my first caller oh there we want to be anyina so 0550922929 0552911929 0550922929 0552911929 hello good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, sir. Opinion within the baby Akasafi.
Actually, from Alaji Zahid, Mikasa Tema, Committee 1.
Alaji Bonitel Nayanko, for Frowache.
You, Pacho, Sama Mukano, Mamumbono, Mapamu, Ghana. Chairman, Sagalema, Asama, Ekawaha, 1 year, Akoya for 8 good years, 8 good years. 1 man young Hoshi, and now she will be and Manya Hoshi. Then I will be high to many years, I didn't know 1 year. Just a moke idea, enjoy me. The airport is to see and I say, share. And it is a mission to say, what you are by with my man. And the cry down 1 year, 8 years, 1 man young who none should be so. Would you be a big years near and Kawaii?
Medasi offer front to us 0550922929 0552911929 and no air numbers mefa of course na yɛde nkɔmmɔdeɛ no nyinaa no ɛde aba na wie 0550922929 0552911929
hello good morning
yes sir morning pacho di ne baby akasa free bonitel
pacho ifemi Emmanuel ni free Jamestown
Imama minti on free Jamestown yenko
pacho Osman ade the advance you took the opportunity to do that. You didn't do it. Wyoming, Kano say Amuji, and Amonji. So it's governance. That is governance. Okay. And about it now, the reason why we voted for the NDC is accountability. The mama on your Juma Crown or you should get Kana. That's the money now. We are okay. We are okay.
But I say you might offer front to us 0550922929 0552911929 and no me numbers are me de foul calls na yaji wadwen chan 0550922929 0552911929 hello good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Open you tell me your phone so we didn't baby akasa free bonitel.
I'm very Chabalala Mikasaki of Uncle Jerry.
Mammy, tell why you free radio on your home patcho.
Kaka meeting I can say, Omano, maybe Omane, Echo Tiano, and wedding. You need to decide, many end decide. But you have to say, a man more queen that better soon on my aunt. And no say, you bet you, Kwame.
Medasi 0550922929 0552911929 and no air numbers no. Hello, good morning. Hello. Good morning. Udin this okasa free bonitel mami.
A friend akwesi bodu kase free Kwame Appiah Kubi.
Abagasi mami
Attorney General no. Mr. Kessben Jabe, and then I said, no more year, no, or more ye. Now, by the sound of Honomo, the beer betting is so much be as soon as we my end.
Medasi, thank you very much. Mebana ya wrap it up, just 30 seconds each. Now, you call your time, no, aso. Government bon. Okay, my members of what? What? My wrap it up. Okay, but before last call. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, I'll pay you to me free with phone. So, why I'm patching? We did this all because I'm free here.
Your friend made it as me because I'm free Kumasi.
Of alias, you mean to free Kumasi?
Yeah, that must say. In fact, the MPP, you know, the machine, to the time, say, you were a buying, in watching. Say, we know your priority. I've been will be back 8 good years. Why to me, you will state apparatus and no man, the investigation would be a CID for or police for or military or BNI or investigation made Attorney General Department or investigation by Pan and I say, yeah. Yen to me, I am yes, yeah, Pan. Yen to me, we are the Ato trans Obina Combrambe. And it's a name who will see a Jessica. Why will we see Kayande? Say, I didn't know where the yen to me say, indeed, if there is anything, and so we're not about my boy. I feel I'm moving up so a chin to no.
But I say, for just 30 seconds, not young.
Sir, I think, sir, education and person, Mr. Mona Moya law for Mr. Mo. Sir, Ghana, you need maybe a case quota duration of honor. Sir, and then I again say less very good. Sir, and then you never just to say politically related cases and corruption related cases. I think that we can have that discussions. Okay. But the assessing say MPP etna 8 years, man to prosecuting we are not maybe I said and said I was say to me a distracting and away. What is important is say Mr. Ghana for Mr. NDC for most more accountability. Obia F so say we should be accountable for stewardship. Obia support that, but we should do that in the right way. And say Obi anymore otana.
Yes, because Mr. That was remember His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. One normal way. Who said the celebration of independence? So we're moving from region to region. So Speaker, Ono Kwana you spend 150 million Ghana cedis.
And more power must spend more power between 2012.
No. Per more call voter region.
2016. That was what you also spent.
Voter region.
No, 2012, 2016. That was what you were spending.
No. See, the move.
So that that was what you were spending.
Here are John Dramani Mahama. Or Jay Hunitino. Or see a fee no. Mr. Speaker, yen na nado down for you. Or send the ministers who took on Uncle for first class. What the president we have? It's just campaigning.
Thank you very much. Mama Weshe, Madame Appiah, anyway, a very big happy birthday. Papa would see you all the way in Netherlands. Happy birthday to you. We wish you the best of your new age. In Anakwesi, Amsterdam, say, yeah, wish you a very big happy birthday. And happy birthday to you, Madame Appiah. Anyway, we are grateful for your day. God bless you. And a big one to Madame Juliana Melome. Thank you. Happy birthday to you. We celebrate you and obey. God bless you. And Officer Blake, Regional 4 Police Unit. We wish you a very big happy birthday. God bless you. With Tim, I mean, wish Sally Zodi, we congratulate you on your graduation.